Prayers.
Are you ready?
It's not about counting. It's about.
Yeah, you know this. You think you can tell us what to do, huh? You think that you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better?
You're damn right, Chase.
Ready and bow to the mask.
Have 379,000 points to face John Moxley.
Bring it down.
And welcome to another edition of the Smackdown Showdown. Yeet. Down. Yeet. Hey!
There we go. It wasn't working.
There we go. All right.
Mouse wasn't. There we go. What's up?
What's going
What a
on, guys?
show.
I'm one of your hosts, Venomous Vincent, alongside, as always, the news guy, Maddog Kelly. What's going on, my friend?
Hi, do you like the shirt? He actually won tonight, actually. I got this at MSG, fun fact, when I saw Jelly Roll live in concert. Fun fact, Post Malone came out at that show, too. That was pretty cool.
How is that place to go see a show at?
What, Madison Square Garden? Awesome.
Yeah.
I've done Smackdown there, and I've been there, I think, twice now for concerts. Really awesome. It's incredible. It's a lot of money, but it's an incredible place. So I'll be honest with you. They got all cool WWE shit and like sports like shit all around like the arena. So they have like Hulk Hogan's old boots, and they have Ultimate Warriors like mask, and they have all this old stuff from like WWE. It's really, really neat. Cody Rhodes actually just gave a pair of his boots when they did the whole thing. Actually, when we were there, they just did a thing, I think in 2024. Yeah. When I went, he was there, and they did a whole thing where he gave a pair of his wrestling boots to MSG.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cool.
What did you think about tonight's SmackDown?
I missed the first 15 minutes. So, but overall, yes. Heroes finally rose on top. That's the, Heroes finally rose to the occasion, Vince. My hero finally rose to the occasion.
Listen, I just got to say one thing to you, okay?
You know what my hero is?
Trash.
That's what I said.
No.
Trash.
No. Jay and
Trash.
No.
Trash.
No. I'm gonna keep running that. No, that's one of the best stories going into Mania.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's start the night off. We are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania tonight. We are 22 days away from the biggest stage of them all, WrestleMania 42. I almost said 43, but we're at 42.
Yeah. They don't know what 43 is going to be yet. In fact, I said that on Monday, go watch your show. They don't know where 43 is going to be.
Are they already canceling it?
They're not canceling. They're just looking at other venues here in the United States, from what I've heard.
Well, I think we should. I want to talk about some of the matches that we got going on for WrestleMania 42 so far.
I don't have any graphics up yet, but sure. I mean,
so far announced 2 nights, April 18th and 19th, Allegiant Stadium. I still think that's a mistake. We're gonna watch. Let's see.
They ain't selling tickets well. I know that. Tickets are not selling well, man.
It will air on ESPN.
ESPN 2 night 1, and then it will air on ESPN on the second night, but only the first hour of each night will be aired, and then you have to go to ESPN Unlimited, which I might have to buy.
Well,
watch.
All right, so let's talk about some of the matches so far. So this week they announced that Brock Lesnar will be taking on Obafemi.
The ruler of the WWE, yes, sir.
We also found out this week that AJ Lee is taking on Becky Lynch for the women's championship.
We said that on Raw, just how exhausting and tiring that whole storyline is. And
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I agree.
Sorry, for the women's Intercontinental Championship. Sorry. Yeah, women's Intercontinental.
Same thing.
We also have Stephanie McIntyre taking on Liv Morgan for the women's
I'm
championship.
excited for this match. I want to see Liv win it, honestly.
I think it's funny that there's only really 2 matches. Well, tonight they announced Jacob Fatu and
Drew McIntyre non-sanctioned.
Drew McIntyre in a no sanction match.
Yeah.
And the other 2 matches, you got Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton for Undisputed. And for the World Heavyweight Championship, you got CM Punk and Roman Reigns.
Don't forget you got Jade and Rhea, right? That's a match.
Yep, for the women's championship. But I it's crazy that and
the tag champions. I don't know if the Usos are going to be. We said that on Monday, but the women's tag championships, it looks like they're going to have some sort of match there, even if Bailey and Lyra do win next week in MSG, which I don't think they're going to. So,
I don't think I've ever seen a card where the women have just completely dominated the card.
Well, I mean, it's a new evolution of women. It's a new roster, and there's a lot of great talent on. I mean, Paul Heyman said it the other day in the podcast, there's so many women he just wants to work with. Eventually, he said. Think about it. Last Paul Heyman girl was like 12, 15 something years ago, he said. So, yeah, wow. It's been a minute. But, yeah, no. It's just a really stacked roster now. Just women. I mean, AJ Lee coming back, and Becky Lynch at the top of it. But I still feel like Mania is missing a lot of matches, and that's because a lot of guys are hurt. Bronson Reed is hurt. Braun Breaker is hurt. They those guys were huge with the whole Seth Rollins thing. Now, we said it on Monday, we don't know where that's going. So there's a lot of stuff. They're building it, but I think, hi Katie. They're building this, but it's too slow for me, man. The build, they should know what they want to do. We're at the end of March, beginning of April. The show, as you said, 20-something days away. You and I both know, as diehard fans, they knew what to do. Vince McMahon knew what to do. Yeah, I'm saying his name. Knew what to do, for WrestleMania. TKO and Triple H, they're just booking all willy-nilly, and it's just fantasy booking, and I think it's dumb, man. I really do.
Well, let's talk about tonight's card. We start the show off with Randy Orton comes out. He's getting some cheers. He's getting some booze. I'm
telling you, man, last week, bro, you missed it. I know you were busy, but last week they were cheering the living hell out of Randy, more than Cody, and Cody wasn't even there last week. They kept Cody off, but I'm telling you, man, it's Randy Orton's time. It's Randy Orton's time.
Well, I think it's his time also because his career is coming down to an end. They're winding down, so they're going to give him another title. He is in action tonight against Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona comes out and does a promo with him, hits him in the face with the microphone, and that sets up the match for tonight's Matt Cardona.
What a match that was.
Yeah, that was a snoozer there.
I don't know why they booked it as the main event. Definitely strange decision at best. Yeah.
Backstage, we get Nick Aldis and Trick Williams. Nick Aldis says he's impressed with Mr. Lemon Peppa Steppas has done, and that he's going to give him a WrestleMania match. And we now know what match he's going to have, which we'll talk about later in the show.
And you believe in miracles. I do. I believe in miracles. The hockey team in 1980 and then the hockey team in 2026. Men and women's, by the way. Fun fact.
Back to the ring, we have the Bella Twins taking on Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I'm very surprised that they have not broken these two up and made them a WrestleMania match.
I'm tired of this, man. This is one of those stories I'm just tired of seeing already. Like, these two are at it. These two tag teams, either put them in a real match or make it count, or just, I told you on Monday, and I think this is what they're going to do. They're going to do some sort of like 6 women tag or, 8 women tag or something like that. There's too many tag teams in the women's division right now not to do something, and they'll make it like a ladder match or something. I don't know, maybe TLC, but they gotta do something because I'm tired of this. And I know the Bellas came back for like 2 years, but I don't know, man. They don't impress me.
This was actually a good match.
The match was
I
good,
have
but
to
I don't
say,
care for the Bellas.
I have to say that Charlotte, I feel like Charlotte Flair has just picked up the pace. When she first came back, she really wasn't doing a lot. But I don't know what it is, but she's really just
I think she's in the
up.
right headspace now. When she came back, she was going through a nasty divorce with Andrade. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but that got pretty heated, by the way. The divorce, from what the sources say. But yeah, she's in a better headspace now and doesn't have to worry about all that. So I think that's why, and it's really showing in her ring work for sure. Yeah.
So yeah, these guys go at it. It's crazy to see the Bellas back as well, because the Bellas were on TV probably right before I got into college. So to see them back in the ring again, it's just
a 2-year contract, by the way. They signed a 2-year contract with WWE.
2-year contract.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was I forget who it was that messed it. Was it Nia? Well, it was either Nia Jax or Lash.
I believe it was Lash. I believe it was Lash Legends
that interrupted the match.
Hit Alexa Bliss, and then the Bellas got the pinfall or whatever.
So you got the Bellas winning this match. Good match, by the way. I thought it was a great match.
I thought it was okay. I just didn't like the ending. Here's the thing, man. This is the thing. It's got to stop. I've been saying it forever on this show, other shows I've been, guest hosting on over here at UPR. We got to stop with these no DQs and then all this bullshit at the end. Either you have the match or you save the match for Mania. That's kind of how I feel. Charlotte and Alexa and the Bellas could have been the Mania match, but that's not going to be the Mania match. The Mania match is, like I said, it's going to be some sort of tag match with everybody being in there. And I still think Lash and Nia are going to retain on Monday. So, yeah.
After the match, we see Lash. Oh God,
Lash and Nia. Those are the champions.
They come in, and right before they can take out Bliss, you got from Raw,
Alien Feathers. Feathers shows up tonight.
Alien Feathers, she says.
Yeah, I mean, that's her name.
Valkyrie
wants to run with that. But yeah, they show up and they have a match on Monday, and I still think they're gonna lose.
We also get a recap of Damian Priest and R-Truth becoming new tag team champions.
You missed this, man. Week. This was a big thing. Damian Priest and R-Truth became our new WWE, I guess, SmackDown champions, because the Usos have the other Raw championship belts. I still call them Raw SmackDown. Sorry, I don't care what they're called. But
who they beat?
Yes, they're the new champions.
Who they beat?
I forget, honestly.
Oh, good. I'm glad you forget. I'm glad you forget.
Yeah, no problem. I'll Google that while you talk about the segment.
Well, Jelly was on a lot tonight. They really used him. They used him a lot tonight.
T-shirt. T-shirt. Yeah, I gotta Google that. Did let's see.
Yeah, but they really used him a lot tonight.
Truth and Damian Priest.
Okay, so let's talk about Rhea Ripley heads to the ring.
Oh, your favorites, Vince. They won the championships from the My Family Tree, Tama Tonga and JC Mateo.
So the Insane Clown Posses.
No, My Family Tree, the best former faction on SmackDown. The faction's falling apart faster than you could say holy shit, but still, true.
We get a match tonight with Rhea Ripley and B-Fab. Is it me, or do you feel like B-Fab's picked up the wrestling moves?
They gave her something to do, and she's finally showing off what she has. She's not bad. It's just she never really got a chance to show off her stuff. Now that she is, this is really good. I think them putting her with Jade in this faction is actually one of the smartest plays they could do. Instead of her being stuck in catering all the time, which I always said she was way better than that. I always advocate. I said B-Fab is definitely way better than being in catering, and finally she's getting to show it. And yeah, she was always good. So I'm happy about this. Really am.
This match was not good at all. Oh, it was interrupted by.
Here's the thing,
Jake Cargill.
Right? It wasn't supposed to be a match. It was supposed to be a squash. Let's face it. Okay, and there was a whole, DQ in this, and there, it's not a match. It's a promo. I always say that. Back in the, it was more of a promo more than a match. Technically, it was a match. Yes, I have it on our little thing, our little cheat sheet thing here, in the corner. But no, it was more selling the story than actually, Now, Jelly Roll was a match. We'll get to him later. That was, boom, that was a match. Or was it boom and then boom? I don't know. I don't know. But he did that roll up thing, and then he just went boom and got him. But no, yeah, that was. But no, yeah. Moving on from that.
We go backstage to see Kit Williams and The Miz talking about
Wilson. By the way,
Kit Wilson and The Miz. I'm gonna tell you. Before I go into the segment, I gotta ask you: Do you think Vince McMahon would have hired Danhausen to do all these promos, or do you think he would have never done it?
Here's the thing, right? Vince McMahon is an opportunist. He sees money, so in that case, yes, I do in a way, because Danhausen's making a shit ton of money for them still. My t-shirt's on back order, actually, believe it or not. So yeah, I ordered.
Well, what makes this guy so? But my question to you is, what makes this guy so popular? Like, this is you could
like Z said, the man made Lunchables the other day on his YouTube channel. It's his comedy, bro. It's not even that wrestling. Funny. It's not about being funny. It's about having the fans with you, and they've been with him for a while. Now, look, he actually can wrestle. If you go back and watch some of his shit, he can wrestle, but he doesn't wrestle anymore because I heard it was maybe a severe injury that, after he came back, they didn't want him wrestling anymore. He was afraid. AEW was afraid. That's why they let him go. And now they're doing this, and I just love it. I mean, I think it's great. Selling merchandise, and honestly, everybody loves it. Everybody.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't like it, because I have picked up watching him more often. But
you gotta watch his YouTube, man. His YouTube is just great.
I just think I just think the segments are very stupid.
Well, that's really the thing. It's supposed to be comedic, but it's also supposed to be, how can I say it nicely? It's supposed to be just fun. You know what I mean? And that's what he does. You can just show that he has fun with it, and the fans are having fun with it too. I mean, they did a thing a couple weeks ago with the T-shirt cannon, and he was just having fun. I mean, I say AEW dropped the ball with him, absolutely. Now, will he ever wrestle in WWE? I don't think so, because of that severe injury I talked about a minute ago. So I think they'll keep doing what he's doing with them. But I love it. I think it's great. But you have to have that taste for it, though, too. You know, you got to like that kind of, comedy stuff. So,
do you want to talk about this next match?
Yeah, where are we? Hold on. I mean, I know Jacob Fatu.
We're at Kit Wilson and Jelly Roll.
Yeah. So before that happened, I know we got Jacob Fatu, right, and Drew McIntyre, and they were saying about blah blah blah, right? So I just want to mention that. And then, come on, do it with me. He does the thing, and then boom! This match was surprising for Jelly Roll. Now, look, I saw Jelly Roll live at SummerSlam tagging with Randy Orton last year. I think that was night one. He could go, but at the same time, Kit Wilson had to sell a lot tonight, and it makes me, as much as I don't like Kit Wilson, it makes me respect Kit Wilson because he had to sell a lot, because Jelly Roll is not a WWE superstar, and he's a country singer. And yeah, I just surprised Jelly Roll can go like that. No, because I heard he's been training for months. But I'm also, like I said, I'm more surprised Kit Wilson sold a lot tonight. He had to sell a lot for Jelly Roll, and it was a lot of fun. I thought the match was a lot of fun. And the crowd was so into it, honestly. I know you're sitting there bored, but I loved it. I thought it was great. Come on. Boom! And he clocks Kit Wilson. Yeah, the Jelly Roll. And then he comes out to Toby Keith, which makes it even more special, because Toby Keith passed away a couple of years ago, and he comes out to Toby Keith. I forgot about that, by the way, till I heard it. But yeah, this was a fun match. What do you think? Okay, I think your mic is off, and that's okay. Okay, there we go. Got you finally. All right. See,
I don't know why they're wasting them time on these guys. They have Jelly Roll. They got that eye speed.
It's one reason. Two words. Bad Bunny. They couldn't get. That's why. There's your answer right there. Basically, they could not get Bad Bunny. They wanted Bad Bunny. They couldn't get him. Why? Because Bad Bunny is I'm sorry to curse, but I'm going to a fucking mega star. And when you have a fucking mega star like Bad Bunny, yeah, you're not going to be able to book him until he gets some free time after his Super Bowl performance and his third world tour in 5 years or whatever. I don't know. Guy's always doing a world tour. It's impressive, honestly. But WWE wants him, though, really bad. They want him back because AEW said they wanted him. A congressperson said get him into AEW. So W's like, well, we actually had Bad Bunny because Bad Bunny's actually worked with us before. So we need to get Bad Bunny back now. So I heard maybe Backlash or maybe even later on this year that they're trying to get Bad Bunny. But that's why they're doing Jelly Roll, and Jelly Roll will probably do something with Mania because he has the time. Bad Bunny did not have the time for this right now. But yeah, that's the reason why.
All right. Well, I know the next match you were excited about. You want to talk about the U.S. title match?
Heroes and comeback stories, right? No? Yes? This match. What a banger. Carmelo Hayes gave everything he got. Sami Zayn did everything to get the belt. And Heroes, do you believe in miracles? I do, Vinny. I believe in miracles. Sami Zayn becomes the new undisputed U.S. champion of the world. Woo! with 21 days to WrestleMania, will he be on the card or not? Who knows?
Well, he is. He's going against Trick Williams for the
Oh,
title.
yeah,
at
that's
WrestleMania.
right. So what?
Yeah.
So they give Sammy the belt for like a week and then they give it over to Trick Williams? I mean, is that how it's going to happen? Because I forgot about that, by the way.
This is what I think.
No,
Trash.
This was not This
Trash.
the better matches of tonight, good sir. I don't know what you're what
I don't. I'm not saying the match wasn't good. I'm just thinking the segment.
Trash.
Well,
They
look,
should've
I'm a
never-
little surprised they gave it to Sami Zayn too. But hey, you know what? My hero won his belt, so there you go. Happy about that.
Well,
I mean,
new
I
U.S.
thought it
champ
was
tonight.
good. So what?
I said new U.S. champ tonight.
Whoa!
Let's see.
Sammy.
Let's see where we're at here.
Afterwards, in the back, Jacob Fatu is limping up some stairs, and then he talks to Kathleen. I think her name's Kelly. And he says that he isn't here to stay backstage, but that leads from him and he heads to the ring as we go into break. Post break, we'll find Sami Zayn walking around the back of the belt. He finds Nick Aldis, asking about the title getting on the Mania, which actually hasn't happened. Aldis says Sammy now has a spot and he will face whoop that trick, as you said. So now we're on the Jacob Fatu. I'm going to whoop everybody's ass, including Drew McIntyre segment. This was fire, don't you agree? This was a great segment. No,
I don't think that they know what to do with Drew McIntyre now.
no, and absolutely not. They lost the belt because they had to give it back to Cody for no reason. I don't know, man. Would you rather have seen a babyface Randy versus a heel Drew, or do you rather see this babyface Cody versus this heel Randy we're getting? I don't know. That's the question I should ask you as I take a drink.
I would have rather seen something different, like a Jacob Fatu and then Drew McIntyre.
That would have been awesome, but no, they just had to ruin everything and give Cody the precious title. Also, they can give it to Randy. I mean, you want my honest opinion? Here's what should have happened. It should have been Fatu, McIntyre, Cody, and Randy. That's what you should have done. That's your story. They all hate each other. They're all in each other's business. They're all trying to get the championship. And Jacob should have won the title. That's my fantasy booking. That's my called universe mode booking if I had to book it. Universe mode's a game in WWE, by the way. Fun fact. No, that's my fantasy booking there. That's how I would book that. But no, they did not do that. They're doing this stupid Randy versus Cody thing, and I'm tired of that already. But this segment, this was great. He's going to, what did he say? Dog walk Drew's punk ass, I believe he said. I think that was the exact words, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, unsanctioned match. So anything can happen, and WWE is not liable. I just wish it was for a title. I do agree with you. I do wish it was for a belt. It is not.
Well, I'm gonna skip all the bullshit in the back.
Sure, I don't even know what happened. Oh, yeah, you're about Jelly Roll Cardona and then Tiffany and all that. That's fine. Yeah.
We're gonna talk about
Jelly Roll was on the show a lot, man, and that's because they want him for Mania. They're really, going in that he has the time to do all this for WrestleMania. So, finally here. We get Kiana James versus Tiffany Stratton. They don't know what to do with her, man. They don't know what to do with Tiffany Stratton. And it's really sad because I like Tiffany Stratton a lot. And I said that on Monday when we did the Rated R review. I like Tiffany Stratton. and they just dropped the ball with her so much ever since she lost the title. It sucks.
Yeah, it definitely was not. This match was definitely not a banger here. This was this.
What are we doing? I feel bad for her, man. Like honestly, like she said it on I think the Bell. By the way, I want to correct myself. Was the Bella's podcast? She said she was on. They don't know what to do with her currently. She said that. She goes, ever since I dropped my title, WWE has been putting me into all these different storylines, and they really don't know what direction to go. She might be left off the Mania card. I don't know.
It doesn't look like she's getting a match, does it?
No. Looks like a lot of people who deserve a match ain't getting a match, man. That's what's crazy about this year's Mania.
Well, I mean, if they didn't have 9 different women's matches, I think that would be.
Hey, man, that tag match is going to slap, and and of course it's going to bring the whole Kabuki Warriors story to an end, and maybe it will bring Alexa and Charlotte to an end too. That whole tag match they're going to have there, so. Well, because there's feuds in the works with the Kabuki Warriors. I told you that a couple weeks ago. They were fighting in the back on Raw, and then Alexa and Charlotte haven't seen eye to eye on this current run. So, personally, you want my opinion, I think we're going to get the Kabuki Warriors turning on one another, Asuka and Kairi Sane. We're going to get that feud. And then we're going to get, of course, Charlotte versus Alexa. I just don't know when. Maybe Backlash. I think that's, kind of feasible there. But yeah, this match wasn't great.
We got Kalani James picking up the win against Tiffany Stratton, which shocked me.
Yeah.
Let's what?
Yeah.
No, let's get into this Randy Orton and Matt Cardona match.
Well, first of all, you missed feathers. I have to say, you can never skip feathers, okay?
Oh, that's right.
All the people,
that's right.
You
You're
never
right.
skip feathers, okay? How dare you skip feathers? We love feathers on this channel. Love feathers. Anyway, Feathers and Bailey are talking about how they're going to win.
Why do you call them
Monday.
feathers?
What that's how she dresses. Have you seen her with the whole peacock getup, the whole bird thing? Yeah, everyone online calls her feathers. I'll send you tweets. I'm not kidding. I think our own shout out to Big Daddy Cool. He actually was the one who told me that. And I said, I don't believe you. So he texted me a tweet. He said, there you go. He goes, people are calling her that. I said, oh, okay. I understand that now. So apparently that's what the WWE Universe calls her. Anyway, they're going to probably lose on Monday at the most world's famous arena. Madison Square Garden, by the way, which I'm not going to because I don't have the money. NXT too. I don't have the money for that neither.
Who's losing? Feathers?
Yeah. Bailey and Bailey. Yeah. If they win, then it would be a Sami Zayn moment. Okay, that's yeah.
Never
That's
say never.
Well, look at Sami Zayn. Heroes do end up winning. Gonna keep saying that. Anyway,
well, this
after that,
match.
Randy, with the phone call, you said on Monday, you and Z were doing a little thing. You guys think it's his dad,
huh? I don't know. I mean, he said that. I didn't say that.
Okay, my bad. Z thinks it's his dad. What do you think then? Clear.
Is this happened more than once?
This phone call thing, yeah, this happened last week. He missed it. I know you were busy last week. We weren't on, but yeah, no. Yes, this happened last week, and then it happened again. Is it his wife? I mean, I know him and his wife are close. A lot of people are saying it's his wife, and a lot of people are saying it's his dad. Now, I did some research, as I always do. Bob Orton Sr. is 76 years old. So if he comes in for a one-off, that would be great. The question is how can they do a one-off with Bob Sr. if they can't bring anybody from Cody's family fucking back? They can't. Dusty signed with AEW, or Dustin, not Dusty. Sorry, not that. Dustin Rhodes is with, or Dusty, whatever he goes by nowadays. I don't know. He's with AEW. That's all I know. He's a coach over in AEW, and I think he has the Ring of Honor tag belts last time I checked. I don't know. I don't watch Ring of Honor. Nobody does. But yeah, I don't know. If they got Bob Orton, it would be a one-off. But then who the hell would they get from Cody's family? I guess maybe Brandy Rhodes. She's
Either way, we'll find out. This match with Matt Cardona was it was one-sided, man. It was Randy Orton.
What was this? Why did they do this as the main event of the show? It was stupid.
I don't know. It was very
This is TKO. We're all money and we have no creative ideas. So they fire Road Dogg, or he leaves, or whatever the case it is. Still heard he was fired, by the way. That's what I've heard. Some people backstage say he was fired. Other people say he left on his own accords. He says he left on his own accords. But you know what? They might have told him to say that. So, but the creative team's just been so bad, man. And they're getting all these people who don't writing these stories. And you know who actually said it best? Freddie Prinze Jr., right? He used to be a former Smackdown writer. I'm not sure you know who he is. He does the Scooby-Doo.
Yep,
He's in other movies. Yeah. He said that, they should rehire him because he has a ton of great stories. He's trying to start his own promotion now. But he said back in the day, we just sat in a room, we just drank a bunch of beers, and we just sat there and just shoot shit and see what's stuck on the board kind of thing. Nowadays, it's all this political corporate power move. So, and I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. That's all corporate power move by TKO and WWE.
Right. Yeah. I think Mandy is in trouble this year.
It's been. Ticket sales are lower than ever. Okay. They're saying how great they are. They've had to do four sales just to get tickets sold for the show for both nights, which is crazy. We know ESPN Unlimited's going up. I think Pat McAfee said that the other day. The ESPN Unlimited's going up in price now because of Mania as well. So, and other sports as well. But, I believe it's because of Mania.
Before or after Mania?
And that I don't know. I believe it's going to be before. I think it starts in April. You have to look into that. But I believe it's starting April 1st or 2nd. Anyway, besides that, yeah, I don't care for this story between Cody and Randy. I'm excited for the match, and I'm excited if Bob Singer makes an appearance. That will be like the holy shit shocker of the whole thing. But this doesn't excite me because I know Randy's gonna win. It's just like I know who's walking out with the belts. I'll tell you right now. I personally think Becky Lynch is gonna win. I have no idea who's gonna win the tag matches. I'm not gonna go with that. But the champion matches, Rhea's gonna win. Roman's going to win, and Randy's going to win, and Liv Morgan's going to win. Those are the champion matches I see, and maybe Trick Williams now, because that match is on there now too. But that's what I see currently. And like you said, they're going to give this to Randy Orton because he's going out of the company soon. And then I bet you when they do give this to Randy, check this. I have a story later. Rey Mysterio is retiring later this year. So you don't think they're going to want to run Randy versus Rey one more time before Rey Mysterio goes out in Italy? Yeah, no, they're definitely gonna.
Never know. Never say never.
I mean, I think they're going to run it, man. Well, I don't know. What do you think on all this?
I mean, I don't. I used to be able to guess it. Now I don't. Now I don't know what. I don't know what to think. I know that Randy Orton got the win over Matt Cardona. And we see
very silly, by the way, very silly win or whatever you want to call it, but whatever.
We see Cody Rhodes pull up in his bus. They do this really weird thing where they go on commercial break, and for like 2
Gotta love it.
minutes that he was walking to the ring, I
didn't know it takes 5. You know, I don't know if it's them telling like I don't know if Cody's used to it or if it's like, you know, they do it, but like Cody's like walking like as slow as can be to the ring, like an old man, and it just, oh my god, I don't know if it's to stretch the commercials out or not, bro, but dude, like, why? Like, why?
I definitely think it
man?
was a commercial stretch. I definitely think it was a commercial stretch.
Dude, you telling me it takes really 5 minutes from where his bus is parked, barely outside the fucking arena, barely. It was barely parked. It wasn't even in with the other trailers. It was like right outside the fucking door, and you tell me it takes 5 minutes for him to walk in? No way. Come on. You and I've been watching wrestling way longer than that to know that this shit was definitely staged out for the commercials, and it's kind of BS.
He took the long way around past catering as well.
Oh, the scenic route. It took the scenic route so he can grab some fruit roll-ups on the way to the ring. Absolutely.
Yep. This again was another waste of time. We saw security guards getting involved. We saw security getting thrown over the top rope. Again, just complete, utterly crap they're giving us.
This is the thing, man. Ever since TKO took over, WWE has been two things: predictable, and it's been boring. Some shit in WWE's been really good. I'm not gonna lie. I like Stephanie and Liv. I like that story. I think the tag team division in both is very interesting. And of course, the CM Punk Roman Reigns story, I think is really good. But this Randy and Cody thing, I don't like it one bit, man. And I don't like that the fans are turning on Cody when they're not supposed to. So if they're cheering for Randy more, like I said last week, then what are we going to do with Cody? Are we finally going to go heel and Randy's going to go face? Because I say you keep Randy heel and let him verse like Rey Mysterio or something for Rey's last match.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I think. But I don't know, though, man. It's just, they don't have a concrete plan because they're just throwing an idea up on the wall and seeing if it sticks on a board. And it's so just corporate now. And you and I both know that Manias in years past, yes, Vince McMahon was corporate, but Vince McMahon was always hands-on, always knew the matches. Not like this, where we're getting just a match tonight, and then we have to wait till Monday or Friday next week to figure out what the next matches are going to be. I mean, and like you guys said on Monday, not everybody's going to make it on this card this year because of what they're doing. So,
right. Yep.
It's just, and I'm so glad NXT, man, they distance themselves from this whole thing. They're doing Stand and Deliver without WrestleMania. It's actually next Saturday, I think, in St. Louis. And they distance themselves from that, man. So I'm really glad about that because NXT's been really good lately. Like really, really good. If you haven't seen any of that, go check that out.
What would you give tonight's SmackDown?
I don't know, maybe a C+. I didn't care for a lot of it. Maybe because of Sami Zayn winning, maybe a B-.
I think I can give it a B-.
Wow. Strong for half of the matches sucking, not gonna lie. I'm not kidding,
all right,
man. All right, so before we get out of here, I do have some stories here I do want to bring up here. I only have a couple this week, so I got to find my intro, which I know we have it somewhere here.
Trash.
Hey guys, what's up?
Trash.
Weird. That's so weird.
Trash.
event.
Trash.
All right.
Trash.
Having fun over there? Right. Anyway, moving on. We have a clip of me saying anyway. Gotta get it in
But
here.
long story short, and
Okay, now you're just fucking with me. Anyway, look at your face. You know it, man. Okay, let's get through this so we can get off here. It's getting late. According to WrestleVotes, WWE's Optimus Chelsea Green will be back for Mania, but they're not sure. Sources do say that this is another thing. This is more corporate greed we've been talking about all night, bro. They're planning to run a Saturday night main event at Madison Square Garden on July 18th. Now, the reason why that's so big is because that's Fanatics Fest weekend, and that's also the weekend of the fucking World Cup, the soccer event that's happening here in New Jersey. So that's gonna be huge. Yeah, like everything's gonna be happening that weekend there. And WWE wants to do that. Bianca Belair might be back sooner than later. I've missed her. I wish we, would have gotten her for Mania. Would have been definitely interesting if we seen her, but apparently she's now doing some light training at the Performance Center. So that would be great. Collision has been scheduled for April 18th rather than its usual Saturday, April 18th slides due to WrestleMania weekend. AEW always does this. They take Collision, they put it on back to back. I believe it's next week, I think, spring break, and then the Collision, or the following week, they're advertising this spring break Collision tie-in thing. Speaking of AEW, and the final thing I have here, Josh Alexander announced on Twitter he will undergo surgery due to him suffering a severe injury on Collision. No timetable for his return. That's all I got there.
That's all you have?
Yeah. I've been playing WWE all night, so cut me a break. Yeah.
Wow.
And I did want to save time for this. Before we get off, I did something very special, and our own Z actually asked me about it, and I do want to bring it up here. Last Sunday, I actually got to meet a wrestler, believe it or not. So there she is. Yeah. They kind of made a movie about her. Remember? They made a movie about her family, about her. So I met Saraya, or Paige. I met Paige's mom too. That's Saraya. I think, Junior. I think that's because it's like Saraya and then it's Saraya again. It's like three of them. It's crazy, but no, yeah, I met Paige. It was really cool, and it was really nice to talk to her, and I got to talk to her about the documentary and about the movie they did on her, and yeah, she got to sign my action figure, which is right here, so I can't really see it, but yeah, it's cool. It was really cool. Really cool moment.
How many signed figures do you think you have?
Of her? I actually got
of all together.
I got her this one too, signed by her. All together, I have to say it's probably over 15 somewhere. And that's the one you and Nico, who shout out to him. I saw him on NXT the other night. I don't know what the hell happened. All of a sudden, I'm looking at NXT. I turned to my laptop. All of a sudden, I see our boy Nico on. I'm like, holy shit, Nico was just on NXT. I said, that's crazy. But thanks to you guys, the Matt Riddle action figure I have, and so that's like 15. Yeah, about 15. So,
well, very good.
I also have a couple Funko Pops signed by a couple wrestlers too, like Undertaker. So if you count those, that might even be more like 20. So, because remember, I have the Undertaker sign his Funko. So, the purple one I showed you a picture of.
Well, my friend, that is all we
Yeah.
have tonight. Another Smackdown showdown in the books. You didn't want to say anything
Yes.
before we have to go?
Yes, couple things. I will not be here next week. I'm going to actually see Black Label Society. I wanted to tell you before, but we were 10 minutes late. So I'll tell you now. Going to see Black Label Society. Very excited, very high energy band. I've been a fan of them for years, thanks to Jericho. And yeah, I will not be here next Friday. So Katie said she might fill in with you. And then hopefully.
Yay!
Fly,
Eagles fly.
I want to announce my grandma, thanks to her. This is so cool. And I think I told you about this. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is a play on Broadway. This weekend, I am going to see it. The original Draco Malfoy, Tom Felton, the one from the movies, is playing Draco Malfoy right now on Broadway. I'm hoping to get to meet him and have him sign this limited edition board game thing they made back in 2001. This thing's like a collector's item, by the way. I want him to sign this Harry Potter thing. So I really do hope I have a story about that when I do return in 2 weeks.
Well, good luck. Enjoy the concert and tell me all about it. Guys, that is all we have at time. I'm Venomous Vincent. Alongside
real quick, we have shows. And
Yes,
we
do have
better
shows.
mention them because I don't want to get in trouble by people. So first off, we have back now, hopefully. I actually filled in on Monday. Vinny filled in on Monday too. Great show. Go rated R review. I asked Z if they wanted to change that. He said he doesn't know. So stay posted there. Next week, possibly the NXT duo will not be there, but I might be there possibly. So stay tuned for our social medias on that. And then all the heat with you were there with Bobby and Katie the other night. That must have been fun. I was commenting. I was also playing WWE, so I wasn't commenting much. And then you can catch me, not next Friday, but the following Friday, I will be back as we lead in towards WrestleMania with my great co-host, Dennis Vincent. And Vince, I think you have something you want to talk about too real quick.
I do. Check me out tomorrow morning. I have another new episode of Saturday Morning Movie Reviews. You can check it out every Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time.
Hey, did you hear about the Back to the Future guy? I told my mom earlier tonight that
James
he passed
Token,
away.
yes. 92.
Yeah, I met
passed away.
him over here at Chiller. Chiller, the horror con. I met him years ago here. He signed my DVD, so
Good
it was
guy.
really cool. But yeah, I heard
Good
about
guy.
that and just devastated, man. Thoughts and prayers to his family because he was such a cool dude. He kept saying I'm a slacker. He kept saying the line to me, and I always told him, I said, no, I actually do my schoolwork. I said, I'm actually really good in school. But, he was a cool guy to meet, and I'm glad I have his autograph.
All right, man. That is all the time we have
Yes.
for you guys. Thanks for joining us for the Smackdown Showdown. I'm your host, Vincent Venomous Vincent, alongside Maddog Kelly. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Trash.